Market collapse possibly in 2020. 2020 has been eventful. The markets have been volatile, so has economic news. We likely have more stimulus on the table as well. The trajectory for unemployment is unclear. We also don't know how future virus cases will play out, and correspondingly any response in terms of distancing or other measures. We also have an election coming in November too, though it seems like an afterthought in the context of other news. So should investors in 2020 watch out for a market crash? Elevated volatility. While an all-out market crash is now less likely due to circuit breakers and often driven by technical factors rather than news flow, there are other factors to consider as we look at the remainder of 2020. First off, volatility is high right now. That's true both in terms of the day-to-day moves in prices we have seen this year, and also in the level of the wicks, which measures what options markets are telling us in terms of implied volatility. We should take note. Generally, volatility can be forecast to some degree, and elevated volatility is likely for the next few months on these measures. Volatility can come in waves, and we are currently in the middle of a big wave. Secondly, valuations are pretty rich today in historical terms. That's somewhat at odds with the economic picture given elevated unemployment and so forth. That creates some risk of lower stock market returns going forward, but this estimate is really only useful on a multi-year view. Valuation isn't a great predictor of short-term market direction, so it's a fair bet that 2020 will see continued elevated market volatility. However, the idea that we will see a crash is easy to overstate. Circuit breakers mean that the sort of crash we saw in 1987 cannot happen again in the same way. And such crashes seem to be driven more by technical factors than negative news.
Most of the idea, comment, information, and criticism containing in these videos have been created by Daily News Report. Before making any important investment decision, use the information contained in these videos as a starting point for conducting your own research. If you make any investment or legal decision, it is advised to consult an expert before making this decision.